is wanted in several other spaces.
Some great
Take cover and shoot.
splicing going on here, guys.
Some of my memes from tomorrow are going to overlap with this, I'd say.
Oh,
Welcome to
sorry,
the
I
Tech
didn't mean to
Waffle,
jump on
everybody.
your head there.
Welcome. Welcome. There's a lovely little
What's the
cat
say, listen?
remix of Godzilla trailers on there
I
now.
was just apologising for jumping on your head.
I didn't even realise that.
As you do.
Wow.
Wow, how in the world created that?
Is a perfect engine. An eating machine.
Is it all cats?
Great black cat.
Everything's cat.
To claim in the waters off Family Island.
Where's Bob?
Cool.
Bob?
You yell Barracuda.
Yeah, he's this aubergine right here. His name's
Connie
Cobweb.
just dropped in from another dimension. Zellrainer has joined the space. Sebek has entered the simulation.
You ever have one do this before?
What?
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Close.
This puts some major films to shame with this.
Oh my
goodness.
god. Wow.
Well done.
My new hero.
Everyone here is the best there is.
Okay, sorry. Enough cat videos.
Well, that was a
That
different
was
start
fun.
than normal. Lovely.
Oh, I fully
Thank
bought
you.
that we were going to do cat videos for the whole thing now. I thought that was the thing. I was even going to donate my meme video for tomorrow's highlights if you needed it.
Everyone here is the best there is. Who the hell are they
Okay.
going to
Do you want me to get you on the
teach us?
megaphone there, buddy?
You two
Oh, that's okay, I got it. Cheers.
are going to Top Gun.
With all due respect, sir, I'm not a teacher. Just want to manage expectations.
24-hour cat.
Jesus Christ.
Hmm.
This is good.
Aww.
That's how I want to remember
Sticking the
the
finger
movie.
up.
Mm.
Oh no. It's sucking us in.
Who is she? She's beautiful. I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're just gonna keep rolling with the cat videos.
This is hilarious.
Kitty Waffle.
Oh my god.
It's now
This
Cat
is so
Waffle. Yeah.
funny.
It was AI Waffle from Tech Waffle. Now it's Cat Waffle. Home to Cat Waffle.
Triffid beamed in.
You're too late, Triffid.
The event's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Oh
Game
my
over, man.
god. Watching online.
Over. It's
Oh
all
my
over.
goodness.
No!
Oh, God. What the heck?
Aw.
Wow.
Perfect.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I figure life's a gift. I don't really know.
Naoto
So is he
Muramasa
gonna
just
beat the
stumbled
cat?
into our virtual realm. Someone
Oh my
hold his
God.
hand. They look Ammo
Lost.
decided to join us in the simulation.
Up the door, yeah.
I'll never let go.
Just flicks it with its paw. Fucking hell.
Fury Kitty just crossed the digital threshold.
Oh my god, he did it!
Perfect. This guy deserves a cat.
No,
to
nothing.
meow.
Aww.
Oh, groan.
No, I'd never let go, Jack. Oh, there it is.
There you go, Shazaki.
Tell me there's more.
Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah.
You asked for it.
I think this is the one that was posted into Aaron's memes that ended up in the video tomorrow.
Yes, that's correct.
I think it's hungry.
One of these.
So this is kind of tech waffle, right? This is looking at the technology behind green screens and.
That's cat
That's
waffle.
so good.
Can you open up tuna? Is that what that was?
Yeah. Open up the can.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
What the heck? Oh my god.
That's the best.
Oh my god. Wow.
The same
Oh,
cat every
no.
time.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
It's gonna go on forever. I could die now.
Your daily dose of cat videos.
Definitely.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh, really? You put him in the Matrix? Oh my god. I can't.
No, they're not talking about you, Kitty. No, I'm just joking.
John Wick.
She's like, what? Nobody puts me in this one?
I was distracted by the typing noises.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Goodness
This is so
gracious.
funny.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh my
This
god.
one's easy. This one's too easy.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, oh my god.
It's basically a
I
cat
should've known.
anyway.
I should have
Yeah.
known. Oh my goodness.
Theme song from any movie now.
The owl kitty? What the heck? Oh my goodness.
For fuck's sake. Oh no.
Perfection.
Sorry, Suzuki.
Sebek has joined. Quick, hide your avatar.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Stop touching things.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
More, you ask? Well,
Oh my goodness.
no. We're joking. I'm joking.
That's not just the background.
Oh
Yeah, thanks,
wow,
Lee, for that. That's brilliant.
nice background.
Yeah.
Beautiful little tech background there. Right, this is
custom
Tech
made.
Waffle. We got in there 10 minutes in, guys. I hope you enjoyed
Technology
the cat video.
sounds HD.
Beautiful.
Do I hear some
So
fire?
So this is Tech
Blender.
Waffle. Feel free to chip in on
Oh,
what
no,
we're
it's
talking about
typing.
and stuff. It's all
Oh,
good.
yeah, that's
It's
good.
an
Has
open
joined the
conversation about
space.
all stuff tech. All right. There's no strict rules or anything. I've got some points as I always do, some funny things to talk about maybe, but as I say, it's an open discussion. Feel free to chip in. I'll try and megaphone as much as I can, but if you group in a little bit more because of the way the new sound is, it kind of drops down a little bit further if you're not megaphone, so it's hard for me to hear some of you guys unless you're closer. So if you do have something to say, come a little bit closer whenever you can, and I can try and get you on megaphone. But yeah,
Get right up close to that aubergine.
that's the crappy talking official stuff at the start for you. There you go.
All I can hear is keyboard tapping.
If you want to turn down the volume, feel free, mute it, background sound.
Yes, I look at it.
But some people find it therapeutic. I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
I find it stressful. The sound of people typing on keyboards. Stressful.
It is kind of stressful.
But it kind of sounds like a fire. It kind of sounds like the crackling fire if you kind of just
Yeah.
squint,
That's what I was
squint
trying
your
to do.
ears.
Waffle equivalent.
Squint your ears.
You can kind of
We
hear it.
normally talk about AI on most of these, right? But I wanted to spice it up a little bit this time because of I don't know, some discussions that we've had maybe within ourselves as staff and some of the friends. But social media, right? And especially the way media is right now and how it can kind of brew up people's angers and whatnot in the world. I just wanted to bring up like maybe So yeah, anyway, social media in general, right?
Should it be
I wanted
banned?
to show a video soon. Sorry?
Should it be banned? Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's kind of the nutshell of it all, right? But not just banned. I don't think it should be banned. I think maybe it should be limited to
Regulated.
younger audiences, right?
I don't think we could
Only
hear you.
younger
Rain
audiences.
Stayer is here.
Yeah.
Now am I megaphoned?
You are now.
Yep.
Well, I was megaphoned remotely, and yeah. Anyway, there we go. All good. So I hope everyone can hear me. Welcome to Tech Waffle. Now everyone can hear me. Feel free to chip in. It's an open discussion about all stuff tech. This isn't me or Shane barking up our opinions and stuff. It's it's all open. We like to
Babu
listen.
just teleported
And hear
in.
people's hot
But it is
takes as well,
binding.
so fire them away.
Whatever we agree here today is what the world will have to live with from here on out.
Yes.
So just
Kind of like the court of tech.
you gotta. It's a lot to take on your shoulders. I understand
Yeah.
that, but whatever conclusions we come to, they are legally binding for the rest of the
Yep.
world.
So and you're recorded, so it's
just bear
on
that
the
in mind.
internet forever. Yeah. So
Yep. That's it.
Social media.
Social media.
yeah,
It's
social
on
media, right? I
social
wanted to
media.
spice it
Just
up.
teleported in.
Yeah, social media.
Right, hands. Show of hands. Here's. Oh no. Oh no. Debbie's wanted.
I got Fire Rat threw me in here.
He's got his hands at his hips like he's about to shoot.
Virtual_Lee
Drop.
decided to join us in the
Right.
simulation. Ellie just
That's
stumbled
right.
into
Drop.
our
Get up
virtual
here,
realm.
Zeffy.
Is it 3 steps
Someone
back,
hold
2
their
steps
hand.
forward? I
They
don't know.
look
I don't know
lost.
if they do. They just
2 steps forward.
2
1
steps
step
back, 3 steps forward. Do a little spin. That's it. You got it.
do the
Little
Macarena.
dance.
Do the Macarena after
Hokey
that, yes.
pokey.
And then do
Hokey pokey.
the hokey pokey. and then do something else. I don't know.
Wow,
Do the nay-nay.
Weirdness. So
Yeah.
great. That was great. Okay, I'm done.
Nice. Right, so show of hands, right? Out of interest. This is always an interesting
social
thing.
media.
Show of hands. How many people here use Facebook?
Oh.
Actually use it?
Daily.
shit.
Let's say daily, right?
Okay, now, that's interesting, right? So it's okay, of course, if you use it, right?
I
But
use Messenger.
if you exclude anything that you do for work on there, let's say, right? Because some of us might have work responsibilities that involve Facebook, but I mean personally, separately, socially. Show of hands, how many people use it?
How do you use
Not
Facebook?
Facebook per se, but Messenger, yes.
I
Messenger,
use
yes.
Let's include Messenger.
Whoa.
Okay, well then yes. Every day.
I'd say not.
No.
I like to think of Messenger as
Exclude
different.
Messenger.
Yeah,
Forget about
yeah.
Messenger.
Well then no. Then no.
No Messenger.
So we have
Hardly.
2 people? 2 people.
Out of
Wow.
everybody here. Nice.
Who's on Facebook? Is it all just the kids then? Is that basically who's using Facebook as
so.
kids?
Mainly older people too.
No,
Yeah.
old people are on as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most
Kids
of my
and old
friends
people.
are on, and then they complain that I haven't accepted invitations to do's that they haven't, and I tell them
Or looked
I
at
don't
their
use
posts.
Facebook. I hate it. I'm not going near it. And they're
Right.
like,
I have to-
You're not a
weird.
real
I'm in the wrong.
Yeah, exactly, Lisa. Because I get excluded by many things because I'm not on
Yeah.
Facebook. Using
Because you're not.
Facebook
That's
Yeah.
not right, right?
Mhm.
What happened to
No.
the good old
And
days where
then-
you just ask them, give them a ring or even just
Pick up the
email or pop
phone.
them a text? Why does it have to
Exactly.
be excluded to one platform that's like kind of, oh, you
Yeah.
didn't
And
check
then
your
I get-
timeline? I'm like, well, what? Notifications
Yeah,
are off,
and-
and I don't even have the app installed. So, what?
Let's-
But
And
tell you
then I
what,
get messages where
let's-
it's like, did
Would we have
you
an-
see my post? And I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Why didn't you poke your grandmother on
Yeah.
Facebook? Hey, would you go and
How many
poke your
years
bloody
since you poked your
grandmother on
grandma?
Facebook?
She's
No.
been
Like I
missing
Right.
poked you. Why didn't you poke me back?
Jesus. But
I mean, Facebook's
Yeah.
Facebook's marketing plan of making it you have to have account with them on Quest is like genius. They know how to like stay in the game.
well, they
You don't
haven't.
have
They
to
don't have
anymore.
that requirement anymore. Yeah, that's been gone now
No.
for quite a
True,
while.
but
But
Yeah.
they're still
Ellie, a
associated
real
we have the
human
Oculus
actually joined the
stalking.
space.
Yeah.
Now
I don't want
everyone
to
act
get
like
into
a
that
human.
because
Go on,
we'll be
Barry.
here all
Get
day
in there,
talking
buddy.
about bloody accounts
Would
on
we have-
Facebook and all that kind of crap.
Would
right?
we
But let's
have
say
the
they're
Quest?
different.
Would we have the Quest if we didn't have Facebook?
That's what I'm trying
Well,
to say.
no,
like,
we
they
would
don't
have the
ha-
Oculus.
they
Probably
don't
not.
have, like,
Probably
not
maybe,
soon.
Probably wouldn't be called the Quest, so that's maybe a thing you could glean from that. I don't know if
Yeah.
it stayed
Well,
Oculus,
Oculus.
and they continued to build, or if it got
They
acquired
probably
by
would have made
somebody
a
else.
standalone.
I don't know if they would have called it Quest.
it was
I don't know,
yes,
honestly,
yes,
if we would have this
acquired.
level of device that's kind of evolved to this state without Facebook. I don't
This
know
is
if somebody
billions
else
of
would have
dollars.
thrown as much money
Yeah.
into it as Facebook has. I honestly
Billions
don't
of
know.
dollars.
Money
It-
buys
yeah,
love.
it's yeah. But look, I tell you what, let's broaden it a little bit, okay? Right? Let's include some other stuff. Who,
Yes.
as well as Facebook, who else possibly uses, let's say, Instagram or TikTok specifically?
Yeah. Daily. Let's say
Okay,
daily.
a couple more.
No.
A couple
At least
more.
once daily.
Uh,
on Instagram.
No.
Yeah, from Instagram.
Is there any other
Maybe.
platforms that you use that involve kind of an algorithmic feed of information, right? Whether it's
Well,
Reddit.
Facebook, maybe
Twitter.
YouTube Shorts,
YouTube,
right? Maybe
yeah.
YouTube
YouTube,
Shorts. If anybody
yeah.
frequents
Pretty
YouTube
much Reddit.
Shorts,
So YouTube Shorts is seeming like the popular one out of everybody here right now. Then that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. I really don't pay attention to what's going
It sucks you
on.
in.
I know what's
It
going
sucks
on
you
in
in.
Banter.
It's-
That's all I need to know right now.
yeah. I
We
mean,
will not use Reddit at all. No one uses Reddit here.
well, I
I don't
definitely
know, I
use
don't pay
Reddit,
attention.
but
Yes,
I
that's
resent
one
the
of-
fact that I use it. I honestly, I hate
We have to
Reddit.
take a
Uh,
deep shower.
It's a culture.
So-
it has a
Hate yourself
subculture
in
to
the
it.
morning.
It's like
It certainly has. It has a, let's say, a toxic
Subculture.
streak of shit just right through the middle of it.
And someone that's yeah, I know.
Yes.
It's a hive mind of
uh,
conformity there, and that's because of the voting system.
It's drama
uh,
central.
It's yeah.
Yeah, it is.
You probably think this
I
is
don't know, it's
weird.
a strange little
I
system
don't
between
even
all
know
the
what
games.
Reddit is,
Cuddles
let
and
alone
milk,
have
and
ever
is all
used
out of
it.
cuddles.
I
That's strange
actually
because-
don't
Never
have
read
a
it.
clue.
We see most people get their information from Reddit now, right? Most
Yeah.
people, they search for
Yeah,
stuff,
if
they
you
add the
look
word
things
Reddit
up.
at the end.
Yeah.
Because
Even
it takes you
Google.
into, here's a community on the internet that's been talking about it, has solved the problem, here's all the information, here's a bunch
Yeah.
of comments
Top
about it. It's
comment
like,
kind of thing.
it's
yeah.
basically the forums, right? It's replaced all of kind of generally forums. Reddit is now the
Yeah.
new forum standard, let's say, in
Yep,
that,
yeah,
you know,
pretty much.
and it's actually, you know, eventually all these platforms just merge into each other. Everything really is just a forum, if you want to think of it like that, right? It's just
Yeah.
posts,
Add a
one
comment.
after another, interaction, comments, maybe comment threads. That's basically all anything ever is.
Yeah.
So, but
And people are still
yeah,
on
Fancy
IRC.
forums.
I'm not. I'm just saying. Someone told me that there's still people on IRC. You going at it. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, they'll never die.
Well, look, why don't you put on the video, Bob?
Yeah.
if-
Okay, I've
if
got
you
the
can
name of
remember
it.
what it's called.
Yeah.
Because I think
yeah.
this is
Like,
this is relevant, right? If you use platforms like this that involve an algorithmic feed, there's kind of a black box in there in terms of what it is they're trying to show you. And believe it or not, you know, I'm guilty of doom scrolling like the next person. But if you're kind of sitting there, just going through that bit by bit, you know, it very slowly, you know, has an impact on you in some way, right? Could potentially alter your view on the world. Could start
Oh
to
yeah.
elicit emotional
sorry.
reactions from you, right? Especially
Yeah,
fucking
one-
Reddit. But
One tech
Well, this is
reviewer
why I wanted to
spent
bring up
like 10
social
minutes
media
watching
this
it.
week, right? Because I wanted to just show that there is a bit of hope to it, all right. But it's all in your cells. But I don't want to preach too
you
much
have
right
to
now. But
burn
yeah,
it all
just-
down. You have to get AI to destroy it. A curfew
I
is
was
in
gonna
effect.
say-
You know, when they start murdering all the old robots and iRobot. Sorry, go
So,
ahead.
That's
Banter is
just
the
one
social
reason
media as
why.
well.
it's a it's a social sandbox. It's not a social media platform.
I don't know. I watch it on YouTube.
But we're not like
That's one reason why
aggregating
I don't go on
data
Facebook.
from people's opinions.
Is
Like people can make
because of the
spaces,
fact
but that's
that
separate
it
to
will make my
hosting.
mood change.
Right, here you go, guys.
It
It
does
will,
make my
like,
mood change.
2022, nearly
Yeah,
half of
so,
Americans
like,
Hope in a good way.
expect a civil war in the next few years.
Oh, yeah,
One in
yes,
5 now
Kyrgyzstan.
believes political violence
But yeah, turn
is
it up, guys,
justified.
if you've turned it down.
And it's not just the US, but around the world.
It's a 10-minute
People
video.
increasingly
Highly
see
recommend
themselves
that you
as
just
part of
have a little
opposing
watch of this,
teams.
and then we'll have a
There are
together
many
look at it.
different
The
reasons
Fermi
for this,
paradox one
but
is
one
so
gets
good.
blamed a lot: social
Well,
media.
hang on,
Social
I'll pop
media
it back again 1 second.
In 2022, nearly half of Americans expected a civil war in the next few years. 1 in 5 now believes political violence is justified. And it's not just the US, but around the world. People increasingly see themselves as part of opposing teams. There are many different reasons for this, but one gets blamed a lot: social media. Social media divides us, makes us more extreme and less empathetic. It riles us up or sucks us into doom scrolling, making us stressed and depressed. It feels like we need to touch grass and escape to the real world. New research shows that we might have largely misinterpreted why this is the case. It turns out that the social media internet may uniquely undermine the way our brains work, but not in the way you think. The myth of the filter bubble. You've probably heard about online filter bubbles. Algorithms give you exactly what you want or what they think you want. You only see information that shows you opinions that agree with yours, while dissenting opinions or information are filtered out. Since you only see content close to your worldview, more extreme and toxic opinions suddenly seem less extreme. You're trapped in a radicalizing filter bubble, and your view of the world becomes narrower and more extreme. But is that true? Extreme filter bubbles seem to be rather rare. Studies that investigated what people actually look at online or are shown by search engines found little evidence that you're ideologically isolated. It's the exact opposite. Online, you are constantly confronted with opinions and worldviews that are not your own. It turns out that the place where you are the most ideologically isolated is your real life, in the real world, with real people. Your real-world interactions with your friends, family, colleagues and neighbors are much less diverse than your online bubble. The filter bubble exists in your real life, not online. Okay, wait. Online filter bubbles have been the prevailing explanation as to why we've all started hating each other more over the last 2 decades. If that's not the case, shouldn't the internet open our minds and make us more empathetic with each other? Unfortunately, your brain is stupid. Your brain is stupid. Human brains didn't
Write that down.
evolve to understand the true nature of reality, but to navigate and maintain social structures.
Your brain is stupid.
Our ancestors desperately needed each other to survive, so our brains had to make sure we cooperated. That's why social isolation or exclusion feels so horrible, because it was actually life-threatening. A tribe that worked together survived. A divided tribe died. The way communities worked for thousands of years is that, sure, you may have disliked a neighbor, but because you lived close to each other, you also rooted for the same sports club or saw them at church. You both thought that the people from the other village were idiots. Being physically close made you familiar and created similarities that bridged the gap of different worldviews so you didn't murder each other. And your worldview was probably not that different in the first place because it was formed by the same local culture. When our brains evolved, this was enough. Whoever was around was similar to us. We liked what was similar to us. This kept us aligned enough to work together despite our differences. As humanity moved on from small tribes to towns and cities, from chiefdoms to kingdoms to nations, our brains and our communities had to adapt to more diverse sets of neighbors. We began to meet on the town square or in universities where we argued and screamed at each other. But in the grand scheme of things, communities were still relatively isolated, we were still pretty similar and aligned with the people around us. Conflict and disagreement are not a bad thing per se. Tension over how we should live can create new and wonderful things. Our values, norms, and taboos are always evolving, and whatever we think is normal today will not be normal in the future. But we also need social glue to hold our societies together because our brains don't care about the meta level of humanity, but about being safe in a tribe. Until about 20 years ago, we did something truly new that hit our brains like a freight train. The social media internet, the digital town square. Don't you dare disagree with me. Social sorting. In a nutshell, our brains are not able to process the amount of disagreement we encounter on the social internet. The very mechanisms that made it possible for our ancestors to work together in the first place are derailed in ways we were not prepared for. Whether you want it to or not, your brain sorts people by worldviews and opinions into teams. This is not simply tribalism, it goes further. Researchers have called this process social sorting. On the digital town square, you encounter people that express opinions or share information that clash with your worldview. But unlike your neighbor, they don't root for your local sports club. You're missing the local social glue your brain needs to align with them. For your brain, the disagreement between yourself and them becomes a central part of their identity. And this makes it less likely that you will seriously consider their position or opinion in the future. If you hear bad things about them, your brain is much more likely to believe it uncritically. On the flip side, there are people who share your worldview and are maybe even more similar to you than many people in your real life, which makes your brain like them a lot and kind of hyper-align with them. People who think like you are probably good people because you're a good person and whatever social group you belong to is good. So your brain is more likely to believe their opinions. If you hear bad things about them, your brain is much more likely to dismiss it uncritically. The engagement-driven social internet makes it worse because it wants to keep you online as long as possible. And the most engaging emotion is, unfortunately, anger. The more angry you get, the more likely you are to share and engage. And this leads to social media amplifying the most extreme and controversial opinions. It optimizes not only to show us disagreement, but the worst disagreement possible. And because your stupid brain is sorting people into teams, whatever the worst opinions are, it assigns the same opinions to everybody on the other team. What's striking and new about online polarization is that all the aspects of our lives that make us individuals, our lifestyle choices, the comedians or shows we watch, our religion, sense of fashion and so on, are condensed, making it seem that they're parts of opposing and mutually exclusive identities. This simplifies and distorts disagreements about how we should run society so much that it often seems as if the people on the other team are actively, willfully making the world worse. That they're almost evil, beyond convincing with rationality, facts, or civil discussion. While you are, of course, on the correct team, it may be hard to process that you may seem like that to people on the other team. On a societal level, this is dissolving the social glue that's the foundation of our democracies. If we think our neighbors are evil, how can we live together? This is especially bad in the US, where the two-party system makes it extra easy to think of people in terms of teams. Negative opinion about the other party has reached record highs. Okay, is there something we can learn from this? Is there something we can do? Something more positive. Opinion part. In the end, it's important to be aware of what social media does to your brain. It's easier to change yourself than to change the world, so you can self-examine why you believe the things you believe and whether you dismiss or believe information based on who the person is who is stating that information. The internet comes with a lot of ups and downs, and just like we had to adapt from living in small tribes to living in cities, we need to adapt to the information age where we have access to billions of people. Evolution is too slow, so we need to find models that work with what our brains are able to tolerate. One model that seemed to work well was the pre-social media internet old people might remember. Bulletin boards, forums, blogs. The main difference to today was twofold. For one, there were no algorithms fighting to keep you online at any cost. At some point, you were done with the internet for the day, as mind-blowing as this may sound. But more importantly, the old internet was very fractured, split into thousands of different communities, like small villages gathering around shared beliefs and interests. These villages were separated from each other by digital rivers or mountains. These communities worked because they mirrored real life much more than social media. Each village had its own culture and set of rules. Maybe one community was into rough humor and soft moderation, another had strict rules and banned easily. If you didn't play by the village rules, you'd be banned, or you could just go and move to another village that suited you better. So instead of all of us gathering in one place, overwhelming our brains at a town square that in the end just leads us to going insane, one solution to achieve less social sorting may be extremely simple. Go back to smaller online communities. Because what our stupid brains don't realize is that we are actually all on the same team. Humanity, on a wet rock speeding through space in a universe that doesn't think about us. We are all in this together. But until our brains adjust to being able to deal with that, we might be better off being a tiny bit separated. One of the worst things about the media we consume is that most news organizations tend to cater to one team, making you feel you're on the correct side.
Well, there's a little bit of
Ground
optimism in
News,
there,
the
right?
sponsor of this
So,
video,
you
is
don't
trying
need
to make
think
these
that social
biases more
media's all
transparent
doom and
by giving you
gloom.
tools that help you think critically
you can-
about the
you can
information you consume.
take a
Comments
step
on
away
you
from
should
it.
be able to
wholeheartedly
turn the
support.
internet off.
Ground
Have a-
News gathers
exactly.
related
Yeah, like
articles
it's all a
from
bit
around
of
the world
self-control.
in one
Oh
place,
my God,
so
that
you can
one's so
compare
bad.
how
You
different
gotta turn the
outlets and
internet
sites
off.
cover them.
They
They provide context about the source of the information, if they have a political bias,
Still
how
some device
reliable.
connected at some point. You're like, oh fuck, I forgot that one. I turn that one back off.
There you go.
A small.
Feel free to turn down the
Oh, would you
volume
look at
again.
that?
I hope that's either maybe put a bit of optimism about the world and how maybe just I don't know gives a broader perspective of it, because when you're on social media and you're entrenched in all of this stuff coming in, you can get sucked in, and it's hard to think about it like that. But yeah, the internet's a new thing, right? And we've evolved over a few million years as humans to be like that, as they say, is to be kind of tribalistic, and it's just in us, just instinctively, and it's and it's going to take a while to break away from that. And yeah, it's hard. It's easy to get into these kind of instinctive kind of reactions to things that people say, and wanting to constantly oh my god, your opinion's different to mine and I need to tell you my thing. Just it's
What's
okay.
your opinion on Discord? What's your opinion on Discord being kind of like the old internet, like they said with the rivers or whatever? Like a Discord server has somewhat
good.
more of
It's
that
nice,
older
right?
internet. Yeah, right? No, or maybe.
And it's kind of like VR as well, and I hope that
Yeah.
Banter as well is a place that can be
Yeah,
somewhat
sure,
of a speaker's corner where people can kind of come together and have different opinions, but but understanding yourselves that if you don't agree with something, you don't always have to be constantly engaged in it and having to, just
Oh
just
no,
leave it be
Bob.
sometimes.
Now you're offending me. Now you're offending me.
Oh no.
No, this whole thing has actually been a sneaky sales pitch. Don't go on Discord.
To our new
comment
social
on
media
Banter.
platform, bantersocial.com. Get on there
Banter
now and
book.
sign up with your site. No, I'm
Bookter. Face band. I don't know.
It was easy to
Not bad.
turn off from the internet back in the
Yes.
day, though, because we didn't have a choice
the
when
internet
it
was
was all
shit.
dial-up. Long before we
Yeah.
had broadband, and, you know,
Yeah,
if you didn't
Maybe
get
we
off
should
the
go back.
phone, you either got a massive phone bill or your granny was complaining she couldn't get through.
Yeah.
To invite herself for a
is
cup
now
of tea.
part of our
Does anybody know
virtual
how to
world.
sound?
That's right, because you had to ring people to invite yourself around.
Yes.
Oh no, you
Yeah.
didn't. You didn't in those days. You
You have
didn't.
to
That's
get
the
off the
thing.
internet.
You just
No,
fucking
you
come
just turned
around
up
and
on
knock
the
and go.
doorstep.
What's
knock
the
on their
crack?
door.
Is there
How
anybody
did you
alive?
used to just turn up? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you go around to your mate's house. You had no idea what the hell was going on. You just had to wander over
You
and
just
knocked on the
went,
door.
knocked on the
Is
door,
Jimmy
and they
coming
were
out?
always happy to see you. Yeah, exactly.
coming
Nobody
in.
does
You gotta,
that
you
now.
gotta unplug all the phones in the house. So anybody that wants to pick up a phone that doesn't know how, you gotta unplug them so it doesn't disconnect the internet. Yeah, unplug all the phones. I was at the broadband age. Like I literally had like a tiny snippet of this. I remember-
You slightly younger ones. Well, not well. You're the same age as me, but I mean some of the other ones that they don't even know how great. Yeah, Bailey there. That's I'm talking about you specifically now.
Bailey loves TikTok. Bailey loves.
I only remember like dial up for like 1 or 2 years. Like,
No,
1
not
year.
TikTok,
We had
Facebook?
broadband like right away. But anyways,
No?
I remember still.
Okay.
It's still.
TikTok to me is very toxic.
TikToxic. I hear you.
Probably.
I stick to
But yeah, the-
YouTube. YouTube for me.
YouTube is good, but I try to
I
stay
can
away
keep
from
up with
shorts,
Banter.
right? It sucks you in, and I wish I
Yeah.
could just delete them. But there's been some good stuff that I found on there, right? Like blended tutorials, a quick
The
1 minute.
Yeah.
Oh, this is how you do this thing, and I'm like, wow, okay, thank you. Without that short,
Yeah,
out of my
same.
mind, that
The
wouldn't have
tech
ever have
reviewers,
known.
though, some of the tech reviewers are like, you watch one, they're like, oh, it's amazing, and you watch the next one, no,
Yeah.
it's not. Oh, the next one, yes, it is. No, it's okay. Some
It's a-
tech
it's a-
reviewer, tell me what the frick, you know.
Like the biggest takeaway is in yourselves being able to just put the device down or taking a step away and just realizing that hang on, everything that's there. Is this really what I'm wanting to do right now, or is it an algorithm trying to keep me there? You got to think about that a lot of the time when you're doing this stuff, okay? And
Are you an
yeah.
algorithm?
I am, yes, I am an algorithm aubergine.
Yep,
Are you
that's
real?
right. He's always trying to get you to look at more things related to cool aubergine stuff.
Oh, look at this! Oh, look at that.
Yeah, we have
Sexy,
so much fun,
sexy
like,
aubergines.
testing them.
Because sex sells aubergines. That's how it works on
Yep.
social media. That's, honestly, if it wasn't for social media, aubergines would have died out.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. I think it's this stuff, right? So here's one, right? Okay, so show of hands,
Yeah, they
who
will.
has some kind of a news feed that they might check every 1 to 2 days online on any kind of a website, whatever the hell it is. Show of hands, how many people might check something?
You can't even get
Okay.
away from it though. Like Google
no,
forces
yeah,
it down my
yeah.
throat in the notifications panel now. It's like, oh, there's the
Yeah.
Google Daily News thingy.
Well,
Bam.
if we're including
Yeah, you can't get away from it. It's true.
Anything.
well,
Including
anything at all, it's got to be Discord. Then I've got to say yes.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Discord.
you
Yeah.
can
Well,
turn
I'll be
that
honest,
off.
right? So there's, keep your hand up if that feed is the Iron Memes channel. Let's go. Come on. That's where my
which
feed
one?
is. There
Well,
ain't no
That should be
algorithm.
the only
Maybe
social
there is.
media we should all
Maybe
follow.
there is. We don't know. It could be. Who knows? We're all there. We're all subscribed to it. No, but yeah, I mean, okay, show of hands, how many people will have a tendency to read whatever that thing is, maybe last thing at night on your phone before you go to sleep?
Oh yeah.
Or in bed, first thing in the morning.
Oh,
I mean, I think
Sleep all the
that's
time.
that's
All the time.
that's the truth, right? Isn't it? It's like our smartphones just bring social media straight to our eyeballs the moment we're awake, and then you kind of lose several hours a day, probably feeling like you haven't had enough time to enjoy yourself or any kind of recreation. So it's like you kind of hold yourself hostage late at night and try and stay up as late as you can and read all the shit online to absorb as much shit and know all the things
I
and
try
try to
incorporate
understand it. And then
notepads, but it's
how many
hard.
people fall
To be
asleep
honest,
with their phone in their
Try to
hand?
incorporate notepad,
oh yeah, I've fallen asleep
Okay.
lying on my phone. Yeah, but to be fair, I used to stay up late lying in bed reading a book. My phone
Yes.
has replaced the book, but I'm not
There you
getting any
go.
less sleep than I
But
did
it's paper.
before.
It's not blue
Well, the
light,
book
it's
was just as
paper.
bad, right?
Yeah,
Back
that's
in those
true.
days,
Oh,
they
it's
were
not
like,
blue light, though.
these dangerous books are teaching us mad ideas. What the hell are you doing? Succumbing to those books.
The
So,
light is
phones are just the new version.
Yeah.
just more dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah, more
And they can keep
dynamic. That's
changing
it.
it and sucking you
More
in
real
more.
time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
even worse now. Yeah, it's
Neater.
It's crazy.
Like, right, so I full on bet. Okay, so okay, can't really do it with these hands. Maybe like that. So if you were going to do like a phone gesture with your hand, right? A lot of us would probably do something like this, right? With your pinky finger out or whatever. I can't do that, but you get the gist. You want to know how kids do the phone?
Yeah,
I mean, a
your
lot of you
pinky
probably
is-
already do know this, right? How they do a phone gesture? It's this. Isn't that crazy? It's like your
Yeah.
flat hand against the side of your face. That's the phone gesture now. Do you know what I mean?
But so going back
So-
to it all on a broader go on, Shane. Go on, carry on.
I have one last point to make there, right? So I've seen this when people are asleep and they've got their phone in their hand because they were reading their phone and they're fast asleep and their thumb is just swiping. It's just swiping
I've
in
done that.
midair.
I've been
It's just
deleted
they're
messages
not
and liked
conscious.
comments, falling
think about
asleep, just
that.
having my hand rested on
Think
on
about
the
that.
screen. Just
I would say there's a lot of people, especially younger generations now, who are just, that's it. That's their entire life is their phone, really, because that's all they have, right? You just swipe. Yeah, you're accidentally fucking signing up to starting all sorts of contracts, getting making loads of money
hand
on
syndrome.
crypto. What the hell am I doing? I'm just accidentally
Tokra
swiping
has
without even
logged
realizing.
2 million Dogecoin, didn't even realize. Just
Yeah,
falling
that's
asleep
it.
with the phone
Whoops.
Yeah, wrong address.
That's not happened, I promise. It didn't happen.
Shit.
Nice avatar.
Can't
there,
send it
Tokra.
to the
Oh,
wrong
no.
address. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah. But that's crazy, right? Isn't it nuts? Like the technology is evolving now that it's kind of getting to the point that it's an extension of us, right? We're kind of already in that stage where humanity has this symbiotic relationship with technology. It's almost like, we're starting to. I mean, we say that as all of us are standing here right now with almost all of our senses consumed by these headsets that are, and fully immersed
Screens and
in what
from
we're
our
doing.
eyeballs.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Pancake lenses focusing in all.
So
this
who are we to
intense light.
talk?
It's not natural.
In fact, let's
Yeah.
take a whole. Do you know what? Just go more into the tech and into the social media and all the shit. Get more of
Oh,
it.
boy.
That's what I say. You're not doom scrolling.
That's not what I was
enough.
going to follow up on.
Get 2 phones, one in each hand. That's why God gave us 2 hands. You can fucking scroll.
Scroll 2
separately.
hands at the same time.
Swiping 2 thumbs at the same time. There you go. One going up, one going down. Because you're just like that. And then years later, people will have eyeballs that point up and down, and that'll just be that'll just be an evolution of society. People will be fast asleep, eyes wide
but just-
open, one eye up, the other down, just swiping on their thumbs. Right?
People don't add eye tracking to the headset.
There was
where
actually
there's a
something
headset.
on Facebook I
That's
saw
gonna make it
today
worse.
Oh no.
where it was saying something about this is what happens when you fall asleep with your phone, and it has you like basically laying down and your phone smashes to your face, and I'm like, yep, I've actually done that sadly.
And then
Like,
your
yeah.
front-facing camera activates, and it begins to live stream to the
Oh, no.
entire.
No.
And then everybody
God,
gets to
that'd be
watch.
so
Bailey
crazy.
knows. Bailey's in on this. This is what got Bailey
It's
famous.
it's
This is
important
why
to
everybody
remember,
knows who
guys,
Bailey
right?
is. He came up with this idea. He's the next
What?
Zuckerberg.
Yep. Which one?
Right, Bailey?
What's the idea? I didn't
Say
I
something
didn't know.
crazy, Bailey. Not as crazy as that thing you said the other morning, though. That was a bit too crazy. Say
Yes.
something
Too
slightly
crazy.
less
Have
crazy.
a bit
I
of
wanna know
self-filter
now.
on
but
something.
still a little
please,
bit
do.
crazy. That other thing, the other, that was oversharing.
I mean, I
Let's
use
be
2
clear.
phones, so
There you go.
sometimes
Phones is a
4
It's a great song.
to
He's
6
got 2 phones.
I
And
sit
also
here in my
Nokia.
computer
Wow.
chair
and a dial-up.
and-
Look, I tell you what. Here's an interesting thing. I'm not going to ask you
Oh,
what
let's see.
age you are, Bailey, but I'm going to assume that you're a little bit younger than me.
Correct.
Now, just as a thought experiment, talk us through what your interaction with social media is like on an average day, right? Let's find out what it's like compared to the rest of us, right? Bailey
Let me get you
put his hand up
megaphone
the
there.
most when it came to what we were talking about. So let's hear what kind of
You are
crazy
well,
thing
man.
he's going to say.
Iraqs are
Social media
under-
for us has 2 sides. One that encourages people to do good things, and the other, for example, you look at these models and you think, oh, I want to look like them. I'm going to do something that I wouldn't do if I wouldn't be looking at this. And you try and be that person, and it can actually give you a very negative personal look on yourself.
It's also sometimes
So
unrealistic.
it's a bit of
right?
both.
Do you know what's crazy now? Is a lot of content is going up very, very
Okay.
quickly, and it is already right being generated almost entirely, completely by AI. Right? You have AI images of mad shit that shows something in Africa where they've managed to take plastic bottles and build a full 747 out of them or something like that. Right? It's all AI generated. It's mad. And then there's like a post and a comment, and leads on to another article on a website, which is all further AI generated. The website's probably AI generated. Like, what's it going to be like in a few years when it's like you don't? It's not like you can't tell what's true or not. You can't tell what's real or not on these kind of sites.
Mutated.
So, yeah, should we ban them? Maybe. Oh my God, Zeppi.
Well,
Zeppi
we're
has exploded.
talking about bans, right? Let's. All right. So just one thing that I wanted to mention quickly, guys. So it's important to realize and to think about this, that a lot of things online, a lot of the news that you hear, a lot of the stories that are there pushed in front of your face, a lot of it, or the majority of it, you have literally no control over. Okay, think about that before you get angry about things. It's you know, some things you just can't change, and it's just the way it is. And don't let it absorb your life, because you know you only do what you can do. You know, yeah. That's the big takeaway from that. That's all I can say. I wanted to just get that in there. Just realize that you can't be absorbed in everything, and you can't change the world yourself. Do as much as you can, but we ain't no superheroes, and don't let it get you too upset.
And let's wreck the joint, right? Am I right?
Yeah,
and also,
doesn't like me anymore.
and also, Zeppi, would you like to join me up on stage and do just a little spin for everybody?
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, regular me doesn't like me anymore because I like to fuck around with them. Sorry, I like to screw around with them. Oops, but
Oh, come on, get that out there.
Good.
That's a weapon.
Wow.
You're like a whole vehicle. That is incredible. Do more stuff like that. Are you doing things with your hand? Wow.
You look like a tornado aftermath.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm just gonna propose
Okay,
this,
that's
but
good.
if we could find them, I think we should grab Zeppi's hands and we all jump off the edge, and he does all mad shit in the air, and we all feel
What's
like
that
it's
French
some kind of mad
circus? Cirque du Soleil. It's Jackie du Soleil now.
Yeah.
Where's your hands, Zeppi?
Give us a spin, Zeppi.
Where are they? Oh, I found it.
I got
found
some
one.
hands. I got some hands. Some hands.
No, I've
I don't
got.
know. Who knows
I've
whose
got-
hands we have? Like,
Oh no.
Come on, guys, get involved. We're
Let's
all-
go. Let's
I
do
have
it. Jump.
triangles in my
Jump.
eyes.
Relieve ourselves from all of the stress of
Oh,
the social
no.
media.
Oh,
kind of
no.
world. Just jump in, grab a hand, and get play
Oh,
other round.
no.
It's fine.
We got exploded. Somebody teleported. Somebody teleported real
Oh no,
far.
Lisa's got me.
Oh, bye, Misty.
Laters.
I thought I'd grabbed
Oh,
a
there
hold
we
of
go.
Zeppi.
There we go.
You got the aubergine.
I'm glad somebody heard. Anyways, later you go.
Well,
Okie-dokie.
Later.
later. Well,
So yeah,
Alina
there's
proves anyway.
there's some
That's important. That's an
there's some
important thing, right?
legislation getting passed now. That's there's an Online Safety Kids Act in America that's getting pushed, and there's some states that have already tried to push it. Where is it? There was 2 states that had it.
But push it real good. I bet you
There
it's,
was
I bet
2
you it's the
states
opposite
anyway
of what
that
it
I think
sounds
that
like it's supposed to be.
they've already
That's
enacted it
always
now.
the
So like so under the age of 14, totally banned, and then you need parental consent over that age up to 16 in 2 states. I think Australia now they're trying to push a ban
that to
on
use
social
social
media. for
media?
young people. Yes. Yep.
You can't use
I don't know
social
how they're
media
gonna
in 2
enforce
states in
it, but-
America.
is here for cuddles and milk and is
That's
all
crazy.
out of cuddles. Bailey has glitched into
That's
the
probably
matrix.
good, right? Overall, what do you think,
yeah.
Tokra? What's your hot take? What do you think? Social media, yay, nay?
not really a social media consumer myself.
Yeah. Should we burn
I
it all
don't
down?
post- yeah, we can shut it all down. Yes.
Okay.
So this is
Okay.
my social media. This is
There you
That's
go.
it, Utah
by
and Montana.
far,
There
sorry,
you go.
what I use.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. This whole
When
thing
you're
has
face
just
to
been.
face, you can just like write stupid comments for free, right? You're face to face. and I feel
Yeah.
like we're face to face, so it's much different.
But that's the
Iron
thing
Wolf
with
is
social
here
media.
to
There's that
kiss
there's
snowy
that
butt cheeks.
retraction
Barrier.
of being the humanism to it all. But there's a
Yeah, you
separation there. It's
dehumanize
also like
everyone.
when you play games like
GS
VR,
is
I think changes that dynamic slightly more because you're able to see the small little micro
humans.
that you're a real
Not me,
person,
not
and it
you
all
or
kind
me,
of
like
makes a
your
bit more.
accent. No.
Yeah.
You know.
Like even if people disagree on something, they're gonna have a bit more of a respectful conversation than blasting keyboard stuff at each
Zephy
other,
has
right?
glitched
And
into the
especially like
Matrix.
people in 2D as well. There's that screen separation. You've got that less of a connection, and sometimes you can feel it, and you definitely have a more of a bonded communication conversation.
Yeah.
In VR, I find
look people in the eyes.
especially on
It's presence, right? That's what you call it, right? That's the term to
the
describe
presence.
what we're talking
Yeah,
about. It's
presence.
presence, right? When you're talking to people online, you've got basic text, right? There was a fake thing that used to go around the internet that would talk about how how Cation was broken down from the text that's used to pitch and body language and all of those
179
extra
just
parts that
crossed
are
the
kind of
digital
part of it, right? And
threshold.
the numbers were complete nonsense, but the sentiment was actually pretty on the button. You can you can sort of you can read a post
Savage
online and you
has
can kind of get
glitched
the
into
gist
the
of what somebody is
Matrix.
trying to say, but you can't really get to know somebody until you can see how they behave and their body language and be able to kind of almost understand
Yeah.
something they're trying to communicate without saying any words at all, right? And
people
yeah,
want that,
I mean,
want body language. That's why we have smileys, right? That's why we introduce smileys and everything.
yes,
on
it's
multicam.
just
People
more
prefer-
ways to kind
prefer
of
video chats
supplement
as well.
that gap in expression, that ability to express yourself, right? And that's
And-
what we have here in social VR. Is I can just casually gesture to you as I'm talking to you, and that adds to the overall presence, right? And as we
and the
explore
persona
more and
system
more,
on Vision. That's
yeah,
even
more
crazier now.
I couldn't
You're
see
not-
what was happening. It was so, and then
Go on,
and
Barry.
then I had to
Rain
reload. So
Stare
I
has
didn't
glitched
know
into
what
the
was happening. Were we
Matrix.
spinning around? Or
Get in
were
there,
we
Barry.
falling?
Yeah. although
it
has to
seemed
be
it
done.
seemed that your avatar took
Exploded.
us to the
Light.
next dimension
Really?
through
So it was
I had
actually
the
explosive
kaleidoscope
force.
in my eyes, like
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah,
looking
we
then?
were
stuck like this.
always amazing looking, but very nauseating.
That's cool. Then. I just didn't. I didn't know.
But in a good way,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
a roller
Sweet,
coaster.
Sweet,
Yeah, in a good way.
sweet. Good, way. Good. That's
think
all.
an
I love
important-
fun. I love
an-
fun. So, yes.
Get in there, Barry.
An
Megaphone.
An important factor here is that nobody's trying to sell you anything here right now in Banter. Whereas every other social media platform, somebody's trying to sell you something. And that I
Yeah.
think if you follow the money, that's where the joy is in not being subjected to advertising. So
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
my experience. So thank you for not
Well, what else
advertising.
is a good experience is this segue to our sponsor, Ridge Wallet. Today, you can get a Ridge
Yeah.
Wallet for 50%
Oh,
off if you enter the code Banter VR. No,
Also,
this is a total joke, I'm
VPN,
so
North
sorry.
VPN.
Okay, I'm going.
NordVPN.
That's it.
This aubergine.
That's it.
Aubergine
Entered the
VPN.
simulation.
You
Introduced
live
today.
in a world where you can just buy aubergines, right?
Joking.
So this one is also for sale.
Man, imagine
If you
how
could do a quick
much,
Wow.
spin
how
for
much
us,
Do you know how
Bob, and
much
show
better you
people
could
what's on
make.
offer.
Do you know how painful that would be if that actually was the case?
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
would be gone. I would be gone.
This one's got a butt, so let that sink.
Sorry. Oh, hello there. Oh,
I'm not buying that butt.
oh.
You don't want your eyes be knowing what you do, right? Use our VPN.
Rocket
Let
bot.
everyone know what you do.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. VPN your eyeballs.
Open
That's the future.
VPN. Get in there. Share your stuff. It's all good.
Hey, our VPNs have contracts with governments. Like it's easier to get
That is yeah. That's
information that way.
Nostrum has joined.
Our
Quick,
VPN is
hide your
compatible with the CCP. Let's go. Come on.
And it also shares all the advertising user data, so it'll
Yeah.
identify you easier and give you more adverts that are targeted. I mean, what?
Yeah, I know, but
So
your
that
local
works.
ISP, that's the worst. You
Oh,
wanna get
no.
rid of that's the worst, right?
Uh.
So... VPN.
But yeah, jump in there, guys. If anybody's got any more hot takes, it's great to hear. Get in there. Let me
what?
megaphone yourself. Say that again.
I got it.
Have you heard about what Facebook is doing with their whole cake artificial intelligence training?
Yes. And
Yes.
Instagram now too. Instagram.
Yes, I.
And
it's an
Instagram
important-
make you've got to write a letter and explain your reasons for wanting them to not have access to your juicy data to give it to the AI.
Yeah, that is for both. Both Facebook and Instagram has that they can use your picture, anything, your like drunken picture or whatever you post in there, they can now use to train their AI.
That's a great thing to bring up there, Zal. Because so if those don't know, check your Facebook notifications, and then there's a thing in there you can select it, and then it will give you the option to opt out. So funny story quickly. I'll say in the opt out form, I just copied their question that they asked me into ChatGPT, and then asked it to write up a thing that I could put back into there. So I used AI to decline from the AI, which I thought was great. So I recommend everybody do that. Okay. And then the email that you'll get from Instagram as well, go to your emails, check your emails, you'll get the same thing from there, you'll get an opt-out button, go there, and then just copy it into ChatGPT, ask it to write rambles and rambles of shit, paste it in, and then submit it all, okay? They'll decline it, they'll accept it anyway, it's
Give me good reasons, you Star Wars team.
Sorry,
Shane. It's a good idea, but only if everybody does it. It needs a lot of this.
I think that...
but just remember to decline it, that's
I don't know,
what I'm saying.
if Facebook's going to make an AI, I mean, this is kind of...
Shit.
Do you want to be...
dumbest stuff ever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't use Facebook.
The thing is,
really
the way I understand it though, in Europe it's different. You're not allowed to automatically opt somebody into something and then they have to opt out if they don't want it. You've got to be opted out and given the option of opting in now. It's
I think
all
the
changed.
fine that they're gonna
That depends.
They're
still
they're doing is gonna outweigh the money that they're gonna earn from all of this information.
They're fighting it, yeah.
They do. They have strange things now where we're not actually on user agreements anymore with American companies in Europe. We're all on contracts, and that's because Safe Harbor broke down, and then Privacy Shield broke down, and now we're kind of in a no man's land. I mean, I'm actually not that up to date. Maybe there's been some more updates on that whole situation, but contracts kind of supersede your rights because you can waive your rights in a contract, including all of the rights that you're granted under things like GDPR and other legislation. So, yeah, I mean, they can find ways to just get you to tick boxes that say you agree and you're signing up and agreeing to a contract, and a contract.
They've tried everything they can to notify you of these changes to the terms, and you chose to not read it, and it's on you, you ignorant fuckers, you know. And but yeah, it's not right. It's not good.
It's messed up.
But yeah, it's a great point there, Zal. So yeah, look out for your emails, check your notifications. Feel free to opt out. Do what I did. It's funny, but yeah, it's not good. Yeah, I don't.
Though very, very few people ever read the terms and conditions
when
signing up to anything.
Yes,
very few.
There was a prize in some. There was a prize in the terms and conditions of a site somewhere, and it took like years. It was like 5 years to claim the prize, like something silly. It was like right in there. And if you just email this thing, you'll get whatever. I can't remember what it was.
Yes.
Is it the case when you said like, I don't like this page from like this 200-page like agreement, I want to agree to this service, like.
Well, then I don't. If I don't agree to it, then I don't get the service. Simple as.
Yeah, I guess.
But working in customer support, I deal with customers all the time who haven't read the terms and conditions and haven't got a leg to stand on, and I'm not going to be one of them. So I read everything.
At least you read it, even if you agree to it. You just know what it is, right? At least.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
So here's a good little thing that you can use, right? So if there's too much terms and conditions and it's like 400 pages, just copy as much as you can into ChatGPT and then get it to summarize it for you. Get it to find specific things that don't work in your favor.
Get it to summarize the summary and get it to summarize it down to
in one word,
a single word. Yes. And that word will every single time be fuck.
Most of them could be like, a 20-page document, and most of them can be condensed down to like a half an A4 sheet or an A4
and it's all just, therefore, thou, I wish to withdraw thous, whatever. It's all just lawyer bollocks.
Yeah.
Lawyer bollocks. Bollocks is a safe word, guys. It's internationally
We're a minute away from there.
Anybody can say that wherever you want. You can say that on American television. Today,
just a day ago,
you can go live
I think it's a day
on
ago,
a kids' TV show and say bollocks, and nobody will do anything about it.
recall? Do you know anything
Wait.
about this? Because I'm.
They're gonna recall bots?
So the AI,
Oh, no.
they're making an AI. Windows 11 is putting an AI in it that takes recording of every single thing you do, no matter what, like
Yes,
whatever privacy
Microsoft
settings you have called
recall.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Total recall.
Right, we're near the end there,
Well, here's-
guys. We've
here's the
just called
thing,
it up.
right,
We'll
so-
officially sign it
That's
off
the
quickly.
end.
You want to just
That's
give a
the
quick
end.
wave to Shizeki in the sky? And
Bye bye, Shizeki. In the
Mr.
sky.
Hitman up there. Looked like a hitman today again.
But yeah,
Do
we
you know
can
what's
carry on the
interesting?
conversation.
You know,
We're not going to go anywhere. Go on. Go on,
you know
Shit.
what's interesting is